Hey guys, this is just a quick video of how to change an Architrave switch to a new one. You should never do any electrical work yourself unless you're a qualified electrician or apprentice, especially Architrave switches, because you are limited by the amount of cable you have behind here, and you kind of only have one shot at it. So if you snap a cable, you're in big trouble. You'll have to mount another switch here and pull the cables through the wall and everything. So contact a licensed electrician. To get started, you got to just undo these little flathead screws here. You can see the casing's cracked and it's pretty old. This is probably from the 80s installation. This house is actually looped at the switch, surprisingly. I think this is very uncommon for an 80s home. Normally it's looped at the light and you have a twin active down to here, but this is actually looped at the switch. So I'll have neutrals and earths behind here and it's going to be an absolute nightmare. I've already done a few throughout the house already and it's been an absolute nightmare. So I thought I'd video this one and show you guys how it's done. You need to isolate the power, so let's go do that now. Okay, locate your switchboard, open her up. This is a very old switchboard that will be upgraded soon. It has no RCD protection whatsoever. By today's standards, this is not good. So this will be getting an upgrade. So just isolate your power from here. Make sure all your switches are off. If you don't know which one your lighting circuit is, just turn them all off. If they're not labelled, all the labels have started to fall off over the years. Turn everything off. Lock them off with a lock dog if you need. That's best practice to do that. And make sure no one can turn these back on. So now we've isolated it from the switchboard. The light shouldn't turn on. We'll remove this switch and we'll test it with our multimeter just in case. So I've just taken the switch off the Architrave and you can see we have a hard active switch wire, neutral in the looping terminal, and our earth just taped up here, which is normal. And this one actually has more cable than the other switches that I've already done. So this one actually should be quite easy. But sometimes it's only got 5 to 10 mil hanging out and you're gonna try and pull a little bit more. The owner doesn't actually want the switches on the wall. So I'm trying to work with what I've got. And I've told them, look, if something breaks here and it's unsafe, the switch is going on the wall. You don't have a choice. So let's just grab the multimeter and test between our common and neutral and our common and earth to make sure we have 0 volts. If you still have somewhere between 220 to 250 volts, this is still live, don't touch it. Make sure it's isolated completely before disconnecting. Turn your multimeter on and put it on voltage AC with the wave symbol. It should say voltage AC. Don't use DC, it's AC. And you should test between your common and your neutral and have 0 volts, and your common and earth, and you'll have 0 volts. If you have a twin active here and not a twin and earth, you'll probably have to find a known earth from a PowerPoint and test to that, just so you have an earth reference. Okay, the hard active and neutral, 0 volts, and the hard active and earth, 0 volts. We've just verified that this switch is de-energized. and safe to change. Let's undo all the terminals and get it off. Okay, so the switch is now off. You can see we have our incoming hard active and our outgoing onto the next switch, twisted together. Our switch wire up to our light, our two neutrals, our incoming neutral and our outgoing neutral to the next room, and our earths joined together. And I've got to put a bit of tape back on that. You've got to be very careful installing the new switch, because this is solid strand wire. It's very easy to break. It's not like the newer stuff where it's individual strands and it all twists together and it's a bit more flexible. This stuff you can't really bend it on a really sharp radius, otherwise it will break and you'll be in big trouble. Let's put the new switch on. The new switch is installed into the common number 1. The neutrals are in the looping terminal because I can't fit a connector physically in the hole here, and I just need to put a bit of tape around the earth, tape it up nicely. If you put the new switch on and you end up snapping one of the copper conductors, you will have to strip it back and redo it. If you do not have enough cable, good luck. You're going to have to probably put a switch on the wall here and pull the cables through and fit a brand new switch off here, and then just use the old switch or the new one of these here as a blank just to cover the hole. Once the new switch is fitted, just shimmy it gently back into the wall without snapping anything, and just use the 2 new mounting screws provided and screw it in. Once you've screwed it onto the wall with the new mounting screws, just install the cover, turn the power back on, and test your light. At the switchboard, turn on your lights. One that says light, obviously. The rest I'm just leaving off for now. Voila, we have light.